All right. Hello, Read Theory Nation. Hope you are doing very, very well. My name is Eric. I'm an 8th grade English teacher in sunny Ventura County, California. Here's how sunny it is. We'll go outside here in a second. We're here with Courtney from Read Theory. Please put in the chat where you're from. Hi, Courtney. Please put in the chat where you're from. Hello, Georgia. Hello, Minnesota. Lawanda, tell us about the weather where you're at. Hello, Houston. We're letting people from Houston in here? Courtney, come on. Just kidding, Houston. Keep fighting the good fight in Texas. Hello, Honduras. Hello, New York. Hello, Canada is here. Oh, my goodness. Hello, Manitoba. Arizona really was a gas. Hello, Australia. We missed you yesterday for our Australia and New Zealand seminar. We're so glad that you are here. It must be hello, Vicky, also from New Zealand. It must be ridiculously late in New Zealand. Hello, Zona. Again, hello, Chicago. Hello, Chicago. All right. Wonderful. Hello, San Diego. Yeah, windy here too, Aaron. My goodness. We had the trash barrels at lunch were blowing all over the place. It was outrageous. Hello, Virginia. Hello, Japan. Hello, Foggy, Oregon. I've never heard of a city called Foggy in Oregon, Julia. That's fantastic. We're so glad you're here. All right, my friends. Next in the chat, please. Hello, Dominican Republic. Fantastic. Next in the chat, I'll start. And this is how long I've been using Read Theory. Please let us know how long you have been on with the program. If you are brand new, if this is your first time hearing it, welcome, Alma. We're so glad you're here. 8 years. Linda, come on. Courtney, did we bribe her to say 8 years? All right, 2 years. Welcome, Karen. You are in the right place. Thank you. 5 years, 3 months. All right. Thank you, Devery. Welcome. Welcome to the Read Theory experience. Awesome. All right. 2 years. Hello, Gwen. Hello, North Carolina. 8 years. Wow. Read Theory must have had like one lesson 8 years ago. Okay, fantastic. We are so glad you're here. So it looks like the vast majority of you, Linda, really nice, impressive. Courtney, can we vouch for Linda, or is Linda going to be the boat rocker of this webinar? Wow, Linda, very impressive. I totally believe you. So it looks like the vast majority of you are either new to it recently or it's been since COVID. So here's my experience with Read Theory. COVID hit, and the programs that we were used to using in our classrooms, our online programs that we were used to using, for the most part, weren't working. One of them in particular, kind of the bigger one that kind of rhymes with accelerated feeder. They just didn't pivot, right? And hi, Stacy, welcome. Awesome. Stacy's going to be jumping in on the chat also with some good links for you and some good additional info. So it didn't pivot, right? And so we were just scrambling, looking for something that worked. For me, and no doubt for many of you who have, it looks like the vast majority are about 2, 3, maybe 4 years, Read Theory just dropped out of the sky like this magical program that just was so powerful and so engaging and just did so many things for our students in the distance learning environment that it was just an incredible way to kind of, exhale and feel like everything was going to be okay. Since we've been back to in-person learning, Read Theory has become perhaps even more effective, and our ability to bring out the best of what we experienced in distance learning, and make it even better in person has been quite a revelation. So I'm going to spend maybe 10 minutes here going over some tips for some things that make Read Theory effective for my students, and then we're going to open it up for you in the chat for some questions that you might have. And it's really all about you and the experience. So thank you, Courtney. Let's go in first slide. And we're rocking and rolling. You just saw a bunch of testimonials that we're kind of, scrolling through. And Courtney, we there? Hello. All right. Bit of a delay in getting the first slide up for our first hint. So really it starts with positivity. And if you're jumping into it for the newbies, making Read Theory be something that is only raising grades to start. Something that's never punitive, something where the students are dipping their toes in and seeing that it's going to result in success for them. And then success kind of breeding success as a model, and as the students kind of organically helping each other kind of get used to the experience. And how you doing? Get used to the experience and get motivated towards future success. Courtney, be there? Stacy, be there? Can we jump on? Am I just going to be shooting from the hip?
Are people not seeing the slides? Can you see the slides?
Can't see it. We're frozen on Pam B's testimonial.
Let me try a second.
Doing great. Everything's great. Awesome. Thank you, Tiffany. Welcome. We're good here. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Yes. Hi. Here we go. This is good news. Okay, great. This is me. Hi. Welcome, America. I got kind of logged in with our New Zealand and Australia webinar yesterday. 37 years in the classroom, and this is kind of my motto. We teach what we learn, and we learn what we teach, and it just kind of drives everything that happens in the classroom. Thank you, David. And of course, this is me. I do have a side job. I'm a bullpen catcher for the Dodgers. This is me warming up Kershaw. Martha, we'll talk about how you're able to get one of these and maybe one of these. Nice. All right. First slide. Courtney, here we go. Mike, you still can't see slides? David's saying he can see it. Help me out, someone. Are we good? We're seeing a kind of an ad now. We good? David, we got it? Okay. So just someone give me a quick thumbs up if we're good on seeing you should be seeing something that says, thanks for coming. Is the chat even working? Uh-oh. Are we there? Is anybody alive out there? Are we good? I'm on a webinar. Thanks. Oh, goodness. Hang tight, folks. I feel like you can hear me, but maybe you can't see the slides, and maybe the chat is kind of lagging. I think sort of, kind of. Read Theory is this incredibly technologically innovative company, for sure. So this is really surprising that it's not going super smooth. Oh my gosh, chat craziness. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, missed a bunch of stuff. Now we're good, I think, right? Okay, now we're good. Okay, I think we're back. So thank you, Linda. Perfect. Thank you, Tracy. So look, it's a company, right? And it's a business. So of course, the motivation to hope that you'll stick with a premium and a paid model is a goal. The free version is never going anywhere. The free version is phenomenal. It does virtually everything you're ever going to need it to do. So I encourage you. I encourage you to check out the 30-day free upgrade to premium, because it does do some things that are pretty remarkable also. And a good number of districts out there are jumping in. The rates are ridiculously reasonable for what you get. Help me out with that, Stacy, for Kristen's question there. All right. So here's what's going to happen. About the next 10 minutes, I'm going to give you some tips, and then it's going to open up to you. Next slide. Courtney, I kind of already went over pretty much. Okay. Student success, right? And Lexile level, grade level, ELA standard. It's making it a positive experience from the get-go. Thank you, Stacy. From the get-go, where students are seeing a positive result, and that any ability to recognize and motivate the students is going to be incredibly useful. Completing one passage, right, is something to celebrate, right? Completing 2 passages, something to celebrate. Getting that next level of avatar, something to celebrate. And what you'll see with the program, the charts here, and the wealth of feedback and data and literacy data that you're going to get is something that'll blow your mind. Thank you, Stacy. Great link. All right. Next, Courtney. This took me a while, Read Theory Nation. This took me a while once we got to the in-person setting off of distance learning to realize that, time was wide open in distance learning during COVID. There was not an issue. Once we were back in the classroom, it took me a little while to realize that students needed a little more time, and that time needs to be our friend. So while I do personally work on a weekly program, it's wide open, right? Some students knock it all out on Monday. Some students do a little Monday, a little Tuesday, a little Wednesday. Some students take care of it all Thursday night. Some students wait till, the very end on Friday, but not limiting the time factor is a pretty critical deal, especially for new students, so they don't feel that pressure of something due with any level of immediacy. All right, number 3. Thank you, Stacy. Critical point here. Starting out, activity and routine, anything they accomplish on Read Theory, only raising the grade, only something that they see as something that will raise their overall grade. I hesitate, my friends, to call it extra credit, because I just don't, it's a misnomer in ways. I just don't like what extra credit kind of stands for. Welcome, Brunei. Awesome. But starting out, and for me, it really was for the first month, never punitive, never anything that could negatively impact their overall grade, that it could be something that can only raise it, is a way for really significant immediate buy-in. Agreed with Linda on that we have, something routine, weekly, however you do it, quarterly, monthly, but that they know what's coming and they know what the goals are. Definitely helps. And getting the parents on board, you'll find the parent portion of it really delightful. Parents love it because the students are engaged. All right, number 4. That's why I don't teach math. Read Theory is not, it's not online silent reading time. It's not, independent, closed off program. And thank you, Linda. By encouraging students to share what they're discovering with each other, by making it a discussion-based program. Oh, look at this great passage on recycling I read. I think you'd like this. Oh, I just read this passage about, this student's trip to France. I think you'd like this. It builds a organic level of engagement that the students pick up on right away. You want your read theory time to be lively, to be not silent in any way. You want the discussion of the literacy to be something. Hello, Wallabies. Good to have you. You want the discussion of the literacy to be something that's really vibrant and really ongoing. Thank you, Jennifer. Great question. Stacy's going to help you with that one. So they're discussing it in the same way they would discuss any piece of literature, right? Any short story, any novel in their group or with their partners. They're sharing what they're seeing and discussing, the important issues that they've brought up there. So it's really a lot of trust that we put in the students to make wise use and valuable use of their time. But I'm also rotating through the classroom during read theory time and engaging with the students and seeing what they're what they're glued into and what they're engaged with at the time. Elizabeth, it's a great question. I find that students are able to kind of, with the shorter passages, since these are, kind of article-based segments, I find that they're able to read with some level of discussion still happening in the room. Right. Well, yeah, great point, Stacy. And we're just talking about students kind of sharing, their actual, device with their partner, kind of, hey, take a look at this. So treating the screen as they would the hard copy text. Every day, Lawanda, it's a good question. I would say not every day. Not every day. Some days are 100% devoted to read theory. I teach 8th grade, so I have periods. I have 50-minute periods, and some days it's 50 minutes of read theory. Yeah, good point, Linda. Thank you. For the newbies, I always kind of back off and think, what level of familiarity do people have. Barbie, well done. On the premium package, you are able to assign specific packages. Yes, well done. Juanita, it's a great question, and it's dependent on the student's ability level and where they're able to get to in a given time period. The beauty of read theory lies in its algorithm. And for the newbies, here's a really important part. As the students progress more strongly through the curriculum and through the passages of the curriculum get more challenging. As the students struggle, as they hit a point, a plateau, a level where they're perhaps not doing as well, the passages get easier. And it's this adaptive system where, good job, Stacy, right there on it. Terrific. It's this level of intuitive nature of the algorithm that provides for a free-flowing experience for the students that they really notice and they really appreciate, that they are able to see that this program is treating them like young adults. It's validating their success, and it's recognizing the need to back off a little bit and get a little easier. Okay, Heather, it's a brilliant question here on deliberate tanking. So, Heather, I want to focus on Heather's fantastic question here. Are you seeing this across the board, or is it more of just kind of a handful of students? Like, is it something that you can? Thank you, Lawanda. I appreciate your validating Heather's concern. Is it something that you're seeing across the board? Okay, that's a tough one to hear, Heather. That's hard. That's a bummer. I'm going to ask you to hit me up directly, and I'll put my I'll put my contact info in the chat at the end here, and I'll give you some strategies to deal with that type of situation. Okay, number 5. Thank you, Heather. Terrific. Appreciate your feedback. And this is the key. Students are more and more sophisticated with the curriculum every day, every week, every month, every year. What students really grow to enjoy about Read Theory is that it respects their intelligence. It treats them like, inquisitive educators, and it allows them to take the journey at their own pace, right? So as those of you know, most of you know here, in any classroom, the students are looking at, the top handful of students, right? How do they feel about this, right? How do they feel about this new grammar lesson, right? How do they feel about this news story? Like everyone's watching the top students, and you'll find that the top students are engaged immediately, and their enthusiasm of it will spread very, very organically. And it's really kind of important. I described, how I kind of move around the room, but I also step back, right? And I let the students kind of immerse themselves in the experience at a individual level, right? And a partner level and a group level. And you just kind of build on the enthusiasm as it kind of grows. I'm going to take you on a little field trip here. Actually, let's see what the next, where we're at on the next slide. Is that let me see what happens next. Oh, terrific here. So a load of information that the good folks at Read Theory have made available for you on the YouTube. Just really terrific, quick little snippets on how to make the most of the program. And you will find the tech support to be off the charts responsive. Any needs, any kind of issues that come up across the board. Thank you, Jennifer. Agreed. It's great for honor students. It's great for our SPED students, and it just every student has a home in Read Theory. All right, time for a little field trip, and welcome to my classroom first and foremost. Right, good news here. I think I'm actually going to take you over here, just a little time out on the Read Theory for a second. This is a big deal that we need to see more of in our classrooms, and just students love this type of a program, and their ability to be recognized and their ability to honor their classmates at the next weekly ceremony. They get this on their desk. Bang, right? And they get all sorts of other bells and whistles and treats. They get to go early to lunch, that stuff. Little commercial for SEL and character development level curriculum. All right. This is every week. Hoping everyone can see this. Sarah, you good? You got me? So top 10, right? Gold, silver, bronze, and then all the way down. This is brand new each week for our high achieving students. Couldn't see the trophy, Amber? The Student of the Week trophy? Really? I mean, Is there a difference between where I was before and where I am now? Can we see these names on the board? Oh, that's better. How's that? Okay, terrific. Oh, thank you for making it bigger. Okay, so every week, right? Top 10, gold, silver, bronze, all the way down, right? Oh, I see, because the box was small. Okay, I'll show you the classroom again. Here's the Student of the Week owl right here. Bang. Here's some good stuff. Oh, the good folks at Read Theory said to not make it political. Sorry. This is just a mistake. I'm not supposed to be showing this. My bad. My all-time favorite poem. Nice. Good job, Walt Whitman. All right. I'm going to just real quick crank back over here. I don't think too many people got a chance to take a look at this. Student of the Week board. Strongly encourage you to expose your students to Desiderata. Good stuff here. And then, for those of you in the snowy and the wind, I'm not trying to make you jealous or anything, but, that a blue sky come on. Oh, yeah, looking good out there. Looking nice. Nice blue skies. Sorry, Ontario, you can't all be in Ventura County. That's just kind of how it is. All right. It's all yours. Fire away in the chat and bring some great questions. We have prizes for the best questions for sure. Fire away. We got plenty of time. Knowledge points. Great question. Great question, Marcus. So these are what students earn from, my middle name is Mr. Eric Mr. Adler. That's funny. I feel like Linda knows me. Knowledge points are what students earn for completing each passage. And then with that, they're able to earn badges and avatars and build up their overall level of success. I think, Courtney, I think we want to have the, maybe it doesn't matter now with this, now that we're on this slide. We're good. Okay. Good question there. I'm going to go real slow here. Oh, Linda, was that a question? That's funny. Good job, Linda. Okay. I want to make sure that we're not missing any questions here. Okay. I don't think I'm able to deliver snow. Good question. Okay. Can they log into ReadTheory? Yes, they log in through Google. Great question. Thank you, Sonia. They do log in through Google. ReadTheory is incredibly appropriate, Denise, for the adult ed programs. Incredibly appropriate. The high-level passages are very, very effective, for sure. For sure. Okay. Just trying to go a little slow, make sure we don't miss anybody. Okay, Justina. Interesting point by Justina Northrup. Courtney, this one's you.
I'm gonna read the questions. Is there a way to turn off what the grade level the passage is? My students freak out when the grade level goes down. I don't know if there is or not. Stacy might be able to answer that question in the chat. That's a good question.
Interesting question. I've never heard that one. Yeah, I've never heard that one. That's so interesting. Printing all the reports at once instead of, thank you, Sandy, instead of having to click on each separate section. Courtney? From Sandy.
I believe with premium, you can print and export reports. I'm not sure if you can with the free version though.
Okay. Hector, I start the year with the initial assessment, and then we do that at the semester also. So it's really just again, a kind of an organic thing, a lot of enthusiasm on my part, building up for the students so that they see that I'm excited about it. They see a place their names can go on the board. So that where I showed you the top 10, that just says, your name here. And then they can see that's something they can strive for. So it's really just kind of, but a good number of students arrive with prior ReadTheory experience. But for those who don't, again, you just kind of let the students who are familiar with it kind of guide them on the journey or get them started. And then if you happen to have a group where they're all new to it, you'll be, Hector, you will be pleasantly surprised to see how quickly and how enthusiastically your students start off on their ReadTheory journey. Gwen, I hope I touched on that enough with Hector's response. getting started, just like with anything new. It's just a matter of showing them this will only raise your grade. Like that, this will only raise your grade. Those 6 words are magic to a student's ears. As long as they know it's not going to hurt their grade, and that you start off for the first month or so where it's only something that can raise their grade, the buy-in is pretty immediate. Sandy, great question. Resetting in terms of it's at the semester, we start with the fresh initial assessment, and some of them want it sooner. Some of them with some of our SPED students and the great data that it provides for our 504s and IEPs, we're able to do it more often. It's really, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other, and you can go either way, and it all works great. Sadrina, you're being really aggressive, with the t-shirt and mug request. I think you'll find that ReadTheory will be more accommodating with these type of things. I will say this, as opposed to some of the other companies that have been doing it a little longer, ReadTheory's swag game is kind of still in its infancy, and I think we're going to start to see that developing at a much, much higher level. Yeah, thank you, Amber. Well done. Great job. Upload original. Oh, best question ever. Keith, a new number 1. Stacy, you want that one? About how we can be contributors to the ReadTheory library? Or Courtney, I guess it really doesn't matter. Stacy's only on the chat, right? We're not going to hear her.
Yeah, I think we are looking for new writers. So, please get in touch with our support team. And we're also going to be hiring soon for a few new positions. We're actually a pretty small group here. So educators, former educators, part-time, full-time, stay in the loop, follow us on social media, and you'll see those positions opening up.
Terrific. Thank you, Courtney. I'd like to speak to Amy McGinnis's really exceptional question here about engaging the high school students. She's 100% right. The bells and whistles and the avatars and all that stuff is not something that will resonate with some of them. So how will they be engaged? They're going to be engaged because they're going to see incredible value in the passages. They're going to see current, relevant, interesting information that will resonate with them. The knowledge points measure the success in the given assessments for each of the passages. But again, it's the quality of the actual passages that the students are engaging with, which is the hook, and which builds on that instant enthusiasm and kind of helps things spread organically. Amy, I love your question, and I love the reality that speaks to, and it's a green eggs and ham thing. Once they try it, they'll like it, and the enthusiasm will spread. Okay, Claire, Google Translate. Okay, I think I'm missing the crux of the question. I'm not quite sure why we wouldn't want them to be able to use that technology if they're trying to better understand the passage in a native language, but if you don't, then I think maybe that's a firewall thing at your school or at your district. I feel like I'm not entirely understanding the question. Again, you can hit me up. Please hit me up directly on that, and I'd love to help you out with that. Okay, Rochelle, they have to finish the initial assessment before they can start moving on to the passages. Great question. Great question. Linda, Linda's, I think, on the YouTube channel, you can see it guides you all the way through where you can, where you're able to monitor student progress. Melania, great question. Courtney, English, Spanish?
I can't see it. The chat's moving so fast. Can you read the question for me?
Do you plan to create lessons in English, Spanish in the future?
It's actually very possible. It's something that our product team is looking into. We've gotten that request more than once.
Terrific. Excellent. Okay, Barbie Monty, thank you. My experience is that the algorithm it does a phenomenal job of making sure that students are reading grade level appropriate text. So I have not encountered that issue at all. Jennifer Mandery, using the reports and reports available to print for parents across the board. Again, hit up those YouTube channels and they'll show you step by step how to access all of that. Holly, can we use the program for students out of school? It's available. Yeah, the free version is available, across the board. They don't have to be enrolled. Good question. Oh, good info from Stacy. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Standard report no longer tells you. All standard reports no longer tell you how many questions the student attempted. Is this a change, Sandy, from what you used to see? Courtney, the question is, all standard reports no longer tell you how many questions the student attempted, just a percent. Can we get that back? Good question.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Well, I'll circle back on that one. That was Sandy.
That was Sandy Gagnon, I think is how we might pronounce that.
Perfect.
All right, Elizabeth Gonda. Can you talk about how to determine if your students are growing their skills? Well, you're going to see academic growth across the board, right? I mean, the more laps you run, the faster you get in the mile, right? The more push-ups you do, the stronger you get. The more problems you solve, the better you get at fractions. So the skills growth I've seen in my students, you can definitely print out tons of data. ReadTheory gives you a wealth of data, but it's the stuff you really can't put your finger on, right? It's the anecdotal results, just the overall growth and sophistication and literacy in the students across the board. In our class discussions, the vocabulary that I'm hearing them use in our daily lessons, whatever the topic, you're just seeing it, right? Success breeds success. Literacy breeds literacy, and their exposure to the high level and the quality of the passages, I think, is really speaks to where you're going to see the progress. It's a great question, Elizabeth. Thank you. All right, Gwen. You'll see what works for your group, and each of my periods are different, right? On a given day, one class might, first 10 minutes, let's do some ReadTheory. Another class might need 20. Another class might, be so engaged that I'll give them the full period. So there really is no correct answer to how much time per day that we allow. Okay. Great input, Linda. You're doing great. Thank you, Heather. Terrific. Okay, Denise, be helpful for adult learners. Oh, a great question. I should have touched on this earlier. There is a mindset out there that, my 8th graders, they're getting their initial assessment result back showing, 4th grade, 5th grade. And there's this moment of, wait, what is this? Because they're used to working with programs that really inflate the grade level. It's really important for students to kind of flip the mindset and to understand that a truly valid initial assessment literacy result that shows them at a 4th or 5th grade level, this is functional literacy level, right? When your results are showing 4th, 5th grade level, that's showing that you are able to read at that functional level all the way through the 12th grade, and that you're able to, see what it is. Now, comprehending a 12th grade level text as an 8th grader, that's a trickier get and requires a little more in-depth. But I totally hear you, Denise, on the notion of an adult learner seeing an elementary level result, and we need to just flip their mindset. You almost want to start with that, Denise. You almost want to say, you're going to want to get something at the 4th or 5th level. And that's functional literacy, and that means you're succeeding. And it does take kind of a few reminders of something like that. But it's a terrific question, Denise, and it's very, very realistic. Juanita, sample of lesson plans. Again, hit up the YouTube channel, and you'll see a wealth of stuff that you can connect. Okay, Mike. Yeah, well done. Good input there. Thank you, Stacy. Good input there. Thank you, Polly. Thank you, David. Looking for some questions. Okay, I'm on Rebecca here. How long does the initial assessment take? Great question. I do give the full period on the first day of Read Theory. Some students, it will take them. Courtney, your experience, some students might take more than a half hour on an initial assessment. Some?
It depends. Each passage is different in length. So
Sure.
I would say it could take up to a half hour.
Sure. For the vast majority, I think do finish within perhaps 15 minutes. I think is reasonable. And they love that too, because the other programs they're used to working with, particularly one that rhymes with car fleeting, takes some of them forever, right? And they just feel like they're doing this monotonous, redundant thing. Look, I'm not here to trash these other programs. There's still a place in my classroom for the other programs that we've been using for decades. And there's still a lot of value in it. For many years, I was their biggest cheerleader. We had awards assemblies and all that stuff. Read Theory to me was so above and beyond better than these other programs that I just dove in and I never looked back. And I think some of you might take away from this, this guy's just trying to, used car salesman on this deal. It's really important for you to know I am not a Read Theory employee. This is my compensation, this shirt here and this thing here. This is the real deal. I'm trying to be as authentic with you as I can. I fell in love with this program from the get-go. I virtually begged these people to let me, spread the news as much as I possibly can. So I have no skin in this game. I mean, unless it means, more t-shirts coming my way. That could be pretty cool. Okay. Justina. Courtney, this is you. Justina Northrup about parent access. Is there a way for parents to access and see the child's result?
So this is another thing that we're working on, and we're going to be releasing, I released this secret last night in last night's webinar, so I'll say it again tonight. But we are going to be releasing a co-teacher feature, which will allow you to share with other teachers, interventionalists, and after that will be something for parents as well. So coming soon.
Terrific. All right, Mike, I'm going to go with Bagosi, I think. Thank you. The elephant is in the room. Congratulations, Mike. And Mike's really, what is he really asking? He's like, this is too good to be true, right? And here's my response to that, Mike. It is. It's that good. And it is true. And if you stick with the free program, you will see success and your students will thrive. The extra value from the premium package is definitely there. And in the 30 days, you'll see it. And then at the end of the 30 days, you'll have a decision. You'll be like, is this something that we want to keep doing? Or are we going to stick with free? I'll say that the vast majority of schools and districts that I've connected with on this see so much value in this compared to the cost of the other programs that cost really becomes almost secondary. Like they're like, you mean this is how much it costs as compared to the other stuff, and it grows kind of accordingly. Mike, it's a brilliant question, and you'll see what you get out of premium. And for some people, they never look back and they want to stick with premium. And some people are like, I'm good. And maybe a year later, they'll go to premium. Maybe they'll do premium for a few months, right? It's a pretty, we've got, we can make it work for anyone, right, Courtney? I mean, there's a way to, it's not one-stop shopping, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're asking what are the main differences, I would say it's the reoccurring activities, it's the no ads, it's the ability to launch competitions. You're seeing standard alignment reports and how your kids are doing according to ELA standards. I would say those are probably the top things, top of mind. But as Eric said, try the free trial. You guys get it for coming tonight. I'll drop the link in here again, but and give us feedback. That's the other thing. Keep in mind, ReadTheory was created by an English teacher, and so we rely on your feedback in terms of what we build next.
Yeah, well done. Oh, great question by Tracy. Oh, my goodness, is there a way to get a rebate on the free month if they already upgraded? That's terrific. Okay, Julia Webster. ReadTheory with adult English learners. We want to focus reading passages by theme. I think that's coming. Yes, Courtney? A way to kind of be thematic with the passages?
And actually, that's another benefit of premium. You can search and assign a specific passage.
But thematically, she's looking at a thematic approach. You can group them thematically?
Nice. Yes, by topic.
Okay, well done. Becca, we touched on that a little bit on class time. It depends. It's organic. Every period's different, right? Some periods need the first 10 minutes. Some periods you give them a half hour. Some periods it's all ReadTheory day. And it just depends. And I also, there are days, tomorrow's going to be 5 things Friday, right? So ReadTheory is one of those 5 things. For the students who need it and who want it, they can do it. Students who, are jumping on, another portion of the assignment or something else that we, that they might need to get caught up on, they can. So it's, again, it kind of touches back, Rebecca, to the earlier comment on that time isn't a factor, that you wide open and they don't feel that pressure that, oh, I have to be done right now. So they just start clicking away and then the validity is kind of disappears. Okay. Hi, Lauren Shillard. Nonfiction versus fiction. Pretty good balance. And I think we're seeing more fiction. I've certainly seen more fiction over the past few months. Great, Mike. Thank you. Yeah, that's the collaboration we're talking about. Terrific. All right, Barbie Monty, fifth grader, higher level. So again, the concern over inappropriate content, I just haven't run into it. And I think that speaks to the depth and breadth of the writers at ReadTheory and what they, the heart and soul that they put into these passages that I hope those of you who've been with it, are already experiencing. All right, Jennifer Mandery. They love input. You will find this company to be incredibly responsive to feedback and input. And to me, Jennifer, far, far better that a student gets assigned a passage that's a little too challenging for them than something that's too easy. And I hear that your concern is certainly valid. And I think Courtney, can you scroll up to Jennifer Mandary's question? It's just so rich. Her question is so, it really speaks to a number of different categories. Got it? It's a long one.
Where is it?
It's a big one. I know we're slammed. And I'm sticking around, folks. I'm not going anywhere. We got plenty of time.
Here we go. Is this it?
Big long one from Jennifer Mandary.
I'm just going
I think I'll have you reach out directly with that. We got a bunch of people I want to be able to get to, but it's a great question. Kamya, hi Kamya. Love it. Terrific. Whatever works, right? Success breeds success. Thank you, Stacy. Terrific. Okay. Here's Julie. I'm going to say Orky, maybe Orky. Cool last name. In the premium package, anything for students to keep them engaged. The low reading skills, you're going to find that the lower level passages will be very engaging for them. Students with low reading skills will find success early and often, and it'll build and build and build. That should be something that you'll see early and often. David Potvin, thank you. It's an interesting question. I haven't experienced that too much. Certainly at times I have seen that. It's interesting. I appreciate the observation there. Well done. Okay. Long feedback from Daniel Schick. Thank you, Daniel. And I don't know if it needs to be number of test space as opposed to knowledge points earned based, but 5, I think if you're doing tests per week, I think 5 is reasonable. 5, I think, is definitely reasonable. Robin Minturn, grade level recommendation for adult ESL. I mean, it's going to be intuitive, so it's going to put them in a place where the initial assessment finds that they'll be most successful. So it's really not what grade level do we recommend, but it's the grade level that the initial assessment kind of puts them at. Good. Thank you, Kenneth Day. Agreed on 20 to 25 minutes. Agreed. That is the sweet spot. Valerie Barbara, audio for students well below grade level. We talked about this last night, I think, Courtney. Yes. Is there a way to add audio for students who are below grade level?
This is another thing that's coming. We know many of you are aligning to the science of reading, and this was something that many of you asked for. So this is coming.
Okay. Heather, I'm going to go with Retterberg. Now it's going to be Reederberg. I just know it. All right. Heather, what happened? Courtney, Heather says, what happens when the kids get to the top level of knowledge points?
Read Theory rock stars, I suppose. Heather, reach out to us if this happened. Reach out to us, Courtney@readtheory.org. We'll figure something out.
Yeah. Good stuff by Stacy here on the response. Stacy sharing that we don't have the audio function, but experience with the Chrome extension that simulates Microsoft Immersive Reader. Excellent. And there's the link. Fantastic. Thank you, David. Terrific. Okay. Deanna was apparently having some trouble with the sound. Okay. Thank you for that input. Assessment more than once. Yeah, you can reset anytime. You can do the initial assessments as many times as you want. Great question. Anna says she's noticed the Lexile levels for 11th and 12th graders are the same. Is there a plateau that students reach and maintain in the program? I would say they're similar, exactly the same, Courtney.
I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah,
I have to find out. It's a good question.
Interesting question. Oh, I think Stacy speaks to that. Well done with the response right up. Stacy is incredibly fast typer. My goodness. Well done, Stacy. Okay. Thank you, Julie. Yeah, the growth is pretty substantial for sure. Judy's looking for a t-shirt too. Thank you, Gladys. Awesome. Love the feedback. Wonderful. Thank you, Kenneth. I think I'm getting to almost getting caught up. Denise Salcido, can it be integrated with, oh, here we go. Wow, Stacy's quick on this. My goodness. Hi, girls. How you doing? All right. Stacy, I think will speak to Melanie's question about specific pricing. Well done. Good job, Amy. Love this. Love the specific news. This is an important question from Amy McGinnis. Can you explain the disclaimer on the Lexile level progression chart? Quote, that the graph does not indicate the student's level of comprehension of the passage or the Lexile measure of the student. I don't know if I've seen that disclaimer. Courtney, Stacy, did we respond to that? That's interesting. Hi. Good to see you. Okay. Good stuff, Kenneth. Okay. Thank you, Barbie. Jennifer, I hear you. That's interesting. And I hope, I believe that what you're saying is on the appropriate level that it's too challenging. So, you know, I think I'm confident this is something that the Read Theory folks are working at with, you know, fine tuning. They're forever fine tuning their algorithm. Thank you, Sonia. We're glad to have had you. Okay. Thank you, David. Well done. All right. Melania. EL student using Read Theory. Interesting. Interesting. Melania DiPietro's question here is interesting. Stacy, I think if you could respond to that about specific pricing. Thank you, Joanne. Yeah, Lightning agreed. Lightning McQueen has nothing on Stacy. Stacy's lightning fingers. I love that. That's awesome. All right, good stuff. Sandy, resetting is entirely up to you. When and how often and how you do it. I do it on the semester. I do it on the semester. Yeah, good. I love David's approach, right? It's not how many, it's how many they're passing. Yeah, love it. Fantastic. Good question from Jesse. I'm confident Stacy will speak to that. Yeah, good validation for David there. Thank you, Sandy. Good. Okay. Good. Just a lot of great tips that you're sharing with each other. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so Courtney, I'm allowed to put my personal email in the chat?
Absolutely. I will put mine as well.
Bang. That's the true blue me. Please be in touch. No problem. With you know, anything you have in mind and anything that we didn't cover. I feel like there might have been a couple of people whose questions didn't get covered. Thank you, Courtney. You are going to get your certificate, and it's a stunning certificate. It's really nice. It's available very, very quickly for sure. And you'll also have this entire webinar will be available on the link that's sent along with that. So we're good to go.
Thank you all.
Yeah. Good stuff, David. Love it. Love it. Yeah. She's incredibly fast on the tech support. Read Theory Nation, thank you for joining us. That's been an hour. I'm going to stick around for maybe 10 more minutes. Last night's webinar, there's about 10 more. Newbies, jump in the pool and enjoy the swim. It's just incredibly refreshing, and it's really just like, this is my 37th year, and it's one of the more rewarding and impressive experiences that I've had, and I look forward to you, just kicking back in the pool and just watching your students thrive in this incredible program. You're free to go. I'm going to stick around for a few more questions if you want. And this officially ends the webinar. Courtney, anything from you?
That's it. Thank you all. Okay. And for those that want swag, like I said, Valentine's swag is coming. So follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and you'll see it there.
Very cool. Thank you, Celeste. All right. You've been great. You're free to go. I'm going to stick around for about 10 more minutes for any other questions that you want to shoot. Courtney's probably wants to have dinner. She's in North Carolina. She's had a long day. Everyone say bye to Courtney. Thank you so much. You're the best.
Bye.
And I'm going to stick around. Take care. Oh, my God.